welcome back to Morgs Menu. So today I'm going to be doing another meal prep with me video. I've done several of these so far and I'll link a couple for you throughout this video in case you have missed them. I like doing these videos because not only do I just get to show you guys what I'm cooking during the week, but then I also get to try out new recipes. And today I'm actually going to be trying out two new recipes. The first is a chicken and stuffing bake with creamed sweet potatoes, so kind of that Thanksgiving vibe coming in. And then the second is some honey buffalo meatballs with cilantro-lime rice. Now the stuffing chicken bake, I kind of did a similar thing several years ago, but honestly I don't even remember what it tastes like, and I didn't do it for meal prep. So I'm interested to see how that holds up as far as being refrigerated and microwaved. So we're gonna test that out, and then the meatballs just sound delicious, so I'm excited for those. So if you're interested in seeing how both of those turn out, keep watching. Alright, so here's everything we're going to need for the meatballs recipe. So we have some yellow mustard, hot sauce or buffalo sauce, honey, apricot preserves, and a pound of frozen turkey meatballs, jasmine rice, white onion, some frozen rice cauliflower, cilantro, and lime juice. So we'll start off by making the sauce for the meatballs because they're going to take the longest to cook. So we have a 1/4 cup of buffalo sauce or hot sauce, a teaspoon of yellow mustard, 1/4 cup of honey, and a 1/4 cup of apricot preserves. Don't worry about if you don't like one of those ingredients. Once everything's combined together, it's really just going to have really kind of a sweet and spicy sauce. So all you have to do for the meatballs is go ahead and spray your crock pot with a little cooking spray so they don't stick. And then just add the frozen meatballs directly into the crock pot. And put the sauce on top. And stir so that all of the meatballs are nice and coated. Then we're just going to put our top on our crock pot and turn it on low for about 4 hours. And you don't have to stir it too many times, just occasionally, just to make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. But otherwise you just let it do its thing in the crock pot. So while that's cooking, you can also cook up your rice. So in your rice cooker or in a pot, add a cup of jasmine rice and some water and let that cook. Then go ahead and prep up half of a white onion. We're just going to dice it into small pieces to add into the rice. Now add a pan at medium heat. Go ahead and add in your diced onion with a little olive oil and start to saute that. You want to saute it for about 4 to 5 minutes until it starts becoming translucent. Once your onion's about halfway cooked, go ahead and throw in the rice cauliflower. You can use frozen or you can buy it and rice it yourself. Whatever you want to do will work. Just adjust accordingly. Obviously, frozen will take a little bit longer to cook. You basically just want to break it up and cook it in with the onion until it's warm based on the instructions on the bag. And then when it's close to done, go ahead and add in about 1 to 2 tablespoons of lime juice and the same, about 1 to 2 tablespoons of cilantro. Add more or less depending on your liking. Then we're just going to stir everything together. And then once your regular rice is cooked, go ahead and add that in. And then mix it all together so that this will be the base of the meatballs. So now just divvy out the rice mixture into 4 containers. When your meatballs are done, go ahead and give them one last mix to make sure everything's coated. And then just divvy them out evenly amongst the containers. Alright, and here is the final product. So we have our rice mixture at the bottom with the meatballs on top. As prepared, it's about 575 calories, but it has a lot of protein and it was very filling. You could, of course, decrease some of the calories by changing the type of meatballs that you use or altering some of the ingredients slightly, but overall this had a really great flavor and I'll definitely be doing it again. Alright, and here's all the ingredients that we'll need for the stuffing chicken bake. So we have some thin sliced chicken breasts, cream of mushroom soup, pepper jack slices, a box of stovetop stuffing mix or whatever stuffing mix you find, some milk, and then for the sweet potatoes we need cinnamon, butter, and some sweet potatoes. We'll start by preheating our oven to 350 degrees. And then we're going to get the sauce for the stuffing mix prepared. So we have a can of cream of mushroom soup. Any kind of creamed soup will work, so cream of chicken or whatever will work. And then we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of milk to that to make it just a little bit runnier. And then mix that together so it's all combined. Now we're going to take a big 9x13 pan and spray it with some cooking spray and lay down our thin sliced chicken breasts. You really want to make sure these are thin sliced, otherwise you're going to need to increase the cooking time. Now we're going to take our pepper jack slices, and I did 4 slices here, so I just took out 4 and broke them up and then dispersed it evenly amongst the chicken breast. Then we're going to cover the chicken and cheese with our sauce. Lastly, we want to take our bag or box of stuffing mix, dump it all out evenly across that layer of sauce. Then we're going to take about 4 tablespoons of melted butter, melt that in the microwave, and then pour that evenly as you can across the top of the stuffing mix. Then from here, all you have to do is throw it in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. So while that's cooking, go ahead and pull together your sweet potatoes. So basically, you want to peel these sweet potatoes. However you want to do that is perfectly fine. I personally think it's easier to use a knife for sweet potatoes rather than trying to use a peeler. So I cut off each end of the sweet potato so that I can hold it steady on the cutting board, and then just thinly slice on the outside of the sweet potato to get off the peeling. You're going to get a little bit of the potato itself using a knife, but I just think it's a lot easier because the skin is so thin on a sweet potato to do this method rather than using a peeler. So we're going to take 3 medium sweet potatoes and peel them, and then you're going to cube them. Sweet potatoes are tough to cook, so just take your time. Don't try and rush this so you don't cut yourself, but you want to cube them as small as you can so that they don't take too long to cook. And then once you finish cubing them, go ahead and put them into a pot and fill the pot with water as well. You basically want to fill the pot until the sweet potatoes are just slightly over covered. And then you're actually going to add this pot directly on the oven before you turn the burner on. Turn it on to high so that it will start to boil, but you want to start it with cold water. Once it's boiled and cooks for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the size of chunks that you cut the potatoes in, you want to go ahead and check it. So basically I take out a couple and take a fork and push it in. If it goes in really easily and seems like it would be easily mashed, it's done. If not, put it back in. And then when you're done, I typically start by mashing them with a fork and then go in just with a regular spoon. As long as they're nice and soft, it shouldn't be too difficult to mash them. And then we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of milk, a tablespoon of butter, and either 1 teaspoon or 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. You can alter all 3 of these ingredients kind of depending on your liking. This is just kind of my preference. I like a lot of cinnamon, so I put a lot, but it is kind of a pretty strong spice, so just be aware of that. You may want to try it with half first and then decide if you want more. Then you just want to stir everything together so it's all combined. And then once everything is nice and combined, go ahead and divvy the sweet potatoes out into your 4 containers. Alright, and here is what the stuffing bake will look like when it's all done. It's going to be nice and brown on top and it looks delicious. So basically to serve this, all you have to do is kind of take either a spatula or a knife and divvy it out into 4 servings and then put it directly into the containers. And here's the final product of the stuffing bake and sweet potatoes. It's about 590 calories as prepared, so not too bad for a really nice kind of comfort meal to give you those Thanksgiving vibes. Hey guys, it's now slightly over a week later since I filmed these recipes, but I wanted to do my check-in after we had the meals for a week because these were new recipes that we hadn't tried before, so I wanted to give you an honest review at the end. So overall, 2 thumbs up for both of them. The meatballs were super easy to put together and I really liked the flavors of the rice. The meatballs were a little bit spicy, so if you're very sensitive to spice, make sure you make some alterations as far as the ingredients so that you'll still enjoy it. But they weren't like overly spicy, so don't be scared of them if you kind of like a normal amount of spice. The chicken with stuffing, I was a little nervous that the stuffing would get soggy after sitting in the refrigerator and being microwaved, but it wasn't. It would turn out really, really good, exactly what you would think that stuffing would taste like, so that was really good. And then on the mashed sweet potatoes, I really enjoyed them. If you're looking for more of like a sweet, like almost like a sweet potato casserole that you would have like for Thanksgiving, you're not gonna get that with the ingredients that were used by just adding in the cinnamon. So if you want more of that flavor, add in some brown sugar and you would definitely like it. They turned out great the way that they were, but they're not gonna be super sweet, so just a heads up on that. But overall, I really enjoyed both recipes. We'll definitely be doing them again and incorporating them into some of our normals. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave me comments down below if you try any of the recipes or if you have any questions. If you're new here and haven't subscribed, make sure you go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the videos that I post on Wednesdays and Sundays. Thanks again for watching Morgs Menu, and I hope you have a great day.